This is the ultimate onboarding checklist. We're here at Sweet Process, and you can check out the full article at sweetprocess.com/onboarding-checklist. And this is going to be a review of the ultimate onboarding checklist. Right here is tips and tricks and guides and actually downloadable checklists so you can do onboarding right. And new hires who go through a well-structured onboarding orientation process were 69% more likely to remain at the same company for up to 3 years. As you know, hiring and training and onboarding new staff is a huge amount of time, energy, and money. So you want to be able to do it right. So I'm going to go through this article, and what I want to point out are some of the items that you should look at. First of all, chapter 1 of this is why you need onboarding to get better results from new hires. I'm also going to review some of these pieces in more depth, but chapter 2 is 10 onboarding facts and figures you need to know now. Chapter 3 talks about the key benefits of a standard onboarding program for organizational transformation. Chapter 4 is formal versus informal onboarding and understanding the best for your organization. And it can make a big, big difference. And chapter 5, which is one of the most popular parts, which I'm going to dig deep on in this particular review, is top 8 onboarding mistakes and how to avoid them. People learn a lot from others' mistakes. Chapter 6 is the 5-step process to developing an effective onboarding program. Chapter 7 is adopting a timeline sequence to keep up with your onboarding process. Chapter 8, people skip this step all the time, which is the pre-orientation. So before day 1, for a good start, what do you do before you even do the orientation, which is key? Chapter 9 is the onboarding checklist strategy for a hitch-free onboarding program. Chapter 10 is custom onboarding checklists for different employees. This is a fan favorite because these are downloadable checklists for different positions that you can start to use right away. Chapter 11 is the top onboarding planning tools for the best results. So I'm going to review and go through some of these pieces here. And there's some top onboarding facts and figures you need to know. You can see all along the way there's some actual checklists and specific metrics that you should look at here, and formal versus informal. This is really important to know what you're going to do. And there's some specific compliance pieces in this part. Now, here's the top 8 onboarding mistakes and how to avoid them. And 1 is starting too late. All right. The 2 is poor prioritization of information delivered. Like, how do you prioritize this? People want to know the details when they are coming on board. 3 is relying on a paper system, right? You have not updated employee handbooks or benefits in a long time. Digital format is key also. And letting go too early. Does your new employee feel comfortable with the first few days, right? And 5 is no warm welcome. Do you actually lead your employees straight to their desk and expect them to just know what they're doing? Or are you actually hand-holding them a little bit? Also, another big mistake is no grand tour. If you've ever been to a new place, it may be uncomfortable at first. And 7 is not getting help. Onboarding new employers, it can be very overwhelming. So having that help is key. And then that kind of goes into the next one, which is skipping one-on-one intros. When you introduce people to different team members and coworkers, it just makes them feel more comfortable. And when they feel like they have a friend and family environment, it just makes for a better onboarding. So that's some of the biggest mistakes. You can dive deep into the other ones, which you'll see here, the 5-step process here. You'll see there's a bunch of really tips and tricks and really great learning here. Adopting a timeline for your onboarding, the pre-orientation, which I mentioned. And then here's the onboarding checklist strategy. Now, people check out this section of sweetprocess.com/onboarding-checklist because this is where some of those custom checklists live, and you can see they're downloadable. So you have a new employee onboarding checklist that you can grab, a new manager onboarding checklist that you can grab, an onboarding checklist for IT, and then an HR onboarding checklist. And all these have downloadable links that you can use. So all you have to do is go to sweetprocess.com/onboarding-checklist to check them out and much, much more. And we'll see you at Sweet Process.